begin seated, you might need a couple props. It's going to depend on your own body. So you may need a blanket to pad your knees when we're on our knees. You may need a block or books that you can use to help bring the mat up to you, or the floor up to you in forward fold or some other poses that we're going to be doing. A mat or a non-slip surface is probably recommended, and a pillow or something to sit on if you want. This is not necessary. None of this is necessary. You can just use what you have, and do what works for your body throughout this practice today. So we are going to begin seated today. Legs can be crossed, or you can extend them long out in front of you. Either one is okay. I like to have my legs crossed. Either way, start to sort of shift around and move the flesh away from the sit bones. Find a comfortable seat where you can have your spine nice and erect. Hands can come to your lap or to your thighs. Palms face down for grounding. So if you need to be a little bit more present and in the moment, palms can face down. If you need a little bit more energy, your palms can face up. Either one. We'll bring our index finger and thumb to touch, extending the other fingers out long. Close your eyes. Or keep them soft. We'll take a big breath in through our nose. And exhale out the mouth. One more time, big breath in through the nose. And exhale all the way out. And now start to bring your awareness to your body. Feeling yourself sitting on the mat. Noticing the spaces where you're connected down to the floor. The sit bones, the thighs, the feet. Just noticing those spaces. Beginning to soften the body, softening the feet. Relaxing the thighs, loosening the hips. Keeping yourself erect, but starting to feel a little bit of relaxation through the abdomen, the shoulders, the neck. Down into the arms. Softening the hands and fingers. Relaxing the jaw. Maybe taking a swallow, relaxing the tongue and throat. Softening the face. Feeling that relaxation move all the way up to the top of the head. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Just notice the body. Notice the relaxation that you're feeling. You don't need to judge or change anything, just noticing how you feel. Allowing your awareness to come now to your breath, noticing the sound of your breath. Noticing the quality of your breath, the temperature, texture, depth, and speed. Just noticing, not changing or judging. Just becoming aware. breath. Now inhale, expand the belly out like a balloon. And exhale, let the belly relax. Inhale, belly expands. And exhale, let the belly relax. Inhale, nice and slow, belly fills all the way up. And exhale, really slowly, letting all the air out. Inhale, filling up the lungs from the bottom first, and then to the middle, and all the way up to the top. And exhale, let the air out first from the top, then the middle, and then release all the way to the bottom. Inhale, filling up the lungs all the way. And exhale, let all the air out. One more time, big inhale, filling the lungs all the way up, nice and slow. And exhale, really slowly, letting all the air all the way out. Allowing yourself to come back to your regular breath. Just noticing how you feel. Noticing how the body feels, noticing how the mind feels. Again, no judgment, just notice. You can release your index finger and thumb from each other. Bring your hands up to heart center in prayer. Pressing the thumb knuckles up against the sternum. We'll come to our intention for today. The sankalpa, or intention in yoga, is used as something to focus on throughout practice and something to keep your mind steady. We phrase an intention as a positive statement, as if it's already come true. So something like, I am calm. I am grounded. I feel focused. Can be an intention. So take a moment now just to set your intention for today's practice. When you've hit upon your intention for the day, just repeat it in your head 3 times. Ask you to come back to that intention throughout practice, just to help keep your mind focused. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Good. Bring the hands back down to the thighs. Start to wiggle fingers and toes. Maybe roll your wrists. Wrap the head from side to side a little bit. Start to look up. You can open your eyes if you'd like. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. We'll inhale as the shoulders come up toward the ears. Exhale as they roll back and down. Inhale and exhale. And reverse, go the opposite direction. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale. Good. Bring yourself back to stillness. We'll roll the wrist in one direction just a few times. And then reverse and go the opposite way. Good. Release. Bring the hands back down to the thighs. We'll take ourselves forward. So if you have your legs straight out, that's okay. Or you can keep them crossed, whatever you want to. We're just going to lean forward just slightly, either way. just kind of releasing the low back a little bit. So if your legs are straight, you can just bring your hands next to your legs. Just releasing that low back just a little bit from all that sitting that we've been doing. Taking a breath. And exhale. One more breath. And exhale all the way out. Walk yourself all the way back up to seated. Again, keeping the legs crossed or extended wherever you're comfortable. We'll plant the right hand next to the right hip. Raise the left hand all the way up overhead. And then lean over to the right. Right hand can stay next to your hip, or you can extend it out a little bit. Chest is wide, maybe looking up toward the ceiling if that's comfortable for your neck, or maybe looking down. Not collapsing down, keeping ourselves nice and open. Take a breath in and out. Good. Come all the way back up. We're going to switch sides. So left hand plants next to left hip. Right hand raises all the way up overhead. And then we're going to lean over to the left. Good. Left hand can stay right next to you, or you can extend it out a little bit. Big wide chest, not collapsing down, looking up, opening the chest up. And if that's not comfortable on your neck, you can look down. Big breath in. Feel the ribs expand, and exhale. Come all the way back up to center. Shake it out a little bit. We'll take our arms nice and wide, extending them even back a little bit, stretching out the chest. Good, and then give yourself a nice hug. Right arm on top, left arm underneath. Extend the arms out nice and wide, opening up the chest. Maybe even looking up. And then give yourself a hug, left arm on top, right arm below. Good, extend those arms out one more time. And then release and bring them down. So we're going to lean forward. If your legs are extended, you're going to want to kind of move them over to the side. We're going to lean forward, bring our hands in front of us so that we can come to hands and knees. So this is a good time to use a blanket underneath your knees to pad them if you have it, or you can use a towel, anything like that. So wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are right underneath the hips. If you look through your legs, you should not be able to see your feet. Fingers are spread wide, pressing into the index finger and thumb side of the hands. Good. We're going to move to a lateral cat. So this is kind of a side to side move. So we're going to take our hips over to the right, look over to the right, toward that hip, stretching out the side of the body. And then moving to the other side, so hips come to the left, looking over to the left. Stretching out the right side. Coming back to center, do it one more time. Hips to the right, head to the right. And then back to center and over again. Hips to the left, head to the left. Coming back to center. We're going to take the toes of our right leg, keeping them on the mat, extend the foot out long behind you. So the right leg is extended long. Get your balance, and then when you feel like you have good balance, start to raise the right leg up, raising the heel up toward the ceiling so that your leg becomes parallel with the ground. You can start to walk the fingertips forward on the left hand. If you want to even raise that left hand up off of the floor, reaching nice and long, flat back. Right heel reaches back, left fingertips reach forward. Taking a breath in and out. Good, bring the hand and knee back down to the mat. Maybe switch your hips from side to side. Maybe roll a wrist. Good, this time we'll take the left toes back long behind us, keeping them on the mat. Get your balance. And then start to raise the left heel up toward the ceiling. Left leg becomes parallel with the earth. If you'd like to, you can maybe even tiptoe the fingers on the right hand forward. And if you feel really stable, you can raise the right hand up, like you're shaking someone's hand. Keeping a flat back, reaching the left heel back and the right fingertips forward. Getting as long as you can. Take a breath in and out. Good, bring the hand down, the knee down, and maybe switch the hips from side to side. Good. We'll walk our hands forward just slightly, curl the toes under, and then start to raise the hips up toward the sky as the heels come down toward the mat for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a breath here, in and out. Good. You want to look like an inverted V in your Adho Mukha Svanasana or your downward facing dog. You want to look like a triangle. Belly's in. Fingers are spread wide. Pressing the hips back. Take a breath. And out. Good. Bring yourself forward. Bring the knees down to the mat. Take a rest for a second. And we're going to do it one more time. So curl the toes under. Raise the hips up toward the sky. Heels down toward the mat. Nice long spine. Neck is soft. Good. Taking a breath here. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more breaths. Big inhale. And all the way out. 1 more. Good, and then like you're walking on a tightrope, take your feet all the way up to meet your hands at the front of the mat. Coming into a forward fold. This is a great place to use a block to bring the floor up to you. Or some books. Use what you have. So feet are right underneath the hips. And a little bit of relaxation through the shoulders and neck. Start to roll yourself all the way up to stand. Head is the last thing to come up. Hands come to heart center in prayer. Take a breath in and a breath out. Maybe close your eyes or keep them soft. Coming back to our intention for today, just repeating it in your head again. Coming back to that focus. Good. Open your eyes. Release the hands down to the side. Make sure you're up at the top of the mat. Feet are right underneath the hips, maybe about a fist width apart. Pressing into the 4 corners of the feet, inside and outside of ball and heel. Little micro bend in the knees. Hips are level, belly's in, chest is wide, shoulders roll back, hands, palms facing forward, crown of the head to the sky. Take a breath in and a breath out. Good, raise the arms all the way up overhead, Hasta Uttanasana. And then we'll hinge at the hips, swan dive forward, coming back into our forward fold. Get some length in the spine as you come up halfway with a flat back, and then relax yourself all the way back down into that forward fold. Bring the weight into the left foot, bend the right knee, curl the right heel up toward the right glute, and then step the right foot back toward the back of the mat. Bring the right knee down to the mat, uncurl the toes, and then open up the chest nice and wide. You can use your blocks or your books here if you need to keep that chest wide open. So we're in a low lunge now. So in this lunge, we're feeling a lot of stretch through that hip flexor. Trying to keep the front knee over the front ankle. Gonna take a couple breaths here. One more big breath. Good. Good. Start to walk yourself backwards. So you're straightening the left leg, bringing the right hip back over the right knee. Left toes come up, leaning forward over that front leg, that left leg. Again, you can use blocks or a book here if you need to come up a little bit more. Listen to your body, feeling that hamstring stretch. Two more breaths. One more. Good. Begin to walk yourself back into that lunge. Curl the back toes under, come up off the back knee, and then step the right foot up to meet the left, back to our forward fold. Get some length in the spine, come up halfway with a flat back, and then melt down into the fold. Press the feet into the mat, reverse swan dive, stand all the way up, arms overhead, Hatha Uttanasana. Bring the hands to touch, lower to heart center. Back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Release the hands back down to the side. Reset yourself back into that mountain. Take a breath. Good. Sweep the arms out to the side, raise them all the way up overhead. Hatha Uttanasana, hinge at the hips. Come forward into our forward fold. Again, use a block if you need to. Get some length in the spine, come up halfway with a flat back, and lower all the way down into the forward fold, Uttanasana. This time, take the weight into the right foot, curl the left heel up toward the left glute, step the left foot back toward the back of the mat. Bring the left knee down to the mat, uncurl the toes, and open up the heart. If you want to, you can use a block or books to help bring the floor up to you. Again, keeping that right knee over the right ankle in the front, not going past it. Maybe here, feeling a stretch through the hip flexor. Couple more breaths. One more. Good. Start to walk yourself backward, leaning backward, bringing the left hip over the left knee, straightening the right leg, lifting the right toes up toward the ceiling, leaning over that right leg to stretch the hamstring. And if you want to, you can take a block or books so that you can come up a little bit more. Two breaths in and out. One more. Good. Walk yourself back into that lunge. Curl the back toes under, come up off the back knee, step the left foot up to meet the right, back into our forward fold. And then strong legs, strong back, reverse swan dive. Come up to stand, arms overhead. Hands come to touch, lower to heart center, back to Tadasana, mountain pose. Big breath in and out. Good. Take a breath. Take a minute to come back to that intention for today. Good. Sweep the arms out to the side, raise them all the way up overhead. Swan dive forward. Bend the knees a lot and then step yourself back into tabletop. Walk the hands back toward the knees to come to sit. Sweeping the legs forward. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Knees are wide, grabbing onto the ankles or the feet. Baddha Konasana, or bound ankle pose. Spine is tall. Reaching that spine all the way up toward the sky as the sit bones pull down toward the mat or toward the floor. When you feel like your spine is nice and long, you can begin to lean forward over the legs. Only going as far as is comfortable for your inner thighs, your low back, your hips. Work with what you got. Taking some slow breaths. Big belly breaths. Bring yourself all the way back up. We'll take the soles of our feet, put them on the mat, knees are bent. Scoot yourself forward a little bit so that you can start to come all the way down to the mat. So knees are still bent. Soles of the feet on the mat. Good. We're gonna hug the right knee in toward the chest. And then take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee. Right knee comes out to the side to stretch the hip. You can stay right here if you want to. Press your knee away from you if you'd like to. Or you can grab behind the left thigh, pull both legs in toward the chest. As long as you can keep both of your shoulders on the mat. So we don't want to be up. If you can't bring both of the shoulders down to the mat and relax, then bring the foot back down to the mat and just stay here. Three more breaths. And release, bring both of the soles back down to the mat. And then this time we're going to take the left knee, hug it in toward the chest. Press the left knee over the left ankle over the right knee. Left knee comes out to the side. And stay right here. Press the knee away with your hand, or grab behind the right thigh and bring both legs toward the chest. Three breaths. Unwind yourself, bring the soles of the feet back down to the mat. Maybe tuck the knees from side to side a little bit. Bring yourself back to stillness, and then we're going to start to extend the legs long down onto the mat for Shavasana, or final resting pose. So arms can come to the sides, or they can stay on the belly. If you want to, you can take a pillow, put it behind the knees for support. You can take that blanket or that towel that you get, put it behind your head. Just find some comfort here. Close the eyes. And just start to relax down onto the floor. Feeling yourself melt. Feeling yourself float. Feeling completely relaxed. Allowing yourself to have this time to enjoy the benefits of your yoga practice. Give yourself permission to take this time for yourself. You have the right to care for yourself. Just be at ease. go fingers and toes, coming back into the body. Roll wrists and ankles. Maybe rock the head from side to side. Stretch overhead, start to wake yourself up a little bit. When you feel ready, roll over to one side, curl into a ball. Use your hands or your arm as a pillow. Take a breath. And out. And then take the top hand, press it into the mat. Slowly drag yourself all the way up to a seat. Just a comfortable seat. Legs can be crossed or extended long out in front of you. Keeping the eyes closed or soft. Bringing the hands down into the lap or onto the knees. And coming back to our intention for today. Close our practice today with the sound of Om. You can join in or you could just listen. Big breath in through your nose and let it all the way out through your mouth. And now inhale for Om. Bring our hands to prayer at heart center, pressing the thumb knuckle in toward the sternum. Thank you for practicing with me today and allowing me to be your guide. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in each of you. And together we'll bow and say Namaste.